ThisDay. Happy Monday. It is August 29th. We have one meeting to tell you about, and that is at 1:30 this afternoon. It is the GRF Security and Community Access meeting, and that will be in the boardroom as well as virtual. Now on our show today, we have Dan O'Weiler, who is here on behalf of Sterling Financial, and he's going to help us figure out interest rates and bonds and CD rates and all sorts of good stuff. So we're going to have him on just after the break. And then we go to the Equestrian Center and meet little Sebby, and he is just a doll. And you too can visit him during special hours during the week. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Well, we had a delightful weekend, and it looks like we're going to have a delightful start of our week, but we are going to be heating up big time towards the end of the week. Today is 80-66, 85-71, 88-75, 91-67, and then Friday, 88-66. But over the weekend, it will still remain pretty warm. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:23, and our sunset will be at 7:20. And this is me. I took this out at Sand Point, and beautiful lake out there, a very large lake. In fact, one of the deepest lakes that they have out there where they do submarine training. And that was in Sand Point, Idaho. If you have a photo of a place in which you have visited, please email us, Laguna Woods Village TV @gmail.com. All right, stick around. We're going to learn all about bonds and interest rates from Dan O'Weiler.
Diane's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel is now an Elam's Hallmark, and we are excited to be part of your community. We have just remodeled, and you will be surprised by the wide variety of fashion and accessories, home decor, collectibles, Disney, Peanuts, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, along with the largest Hallmark card selection in town. Stop in today and sign up for our Crown Rewards program and get a free Just Because card. Once a member, you can get a free card once a month. Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Number one reported accident for a senior is a fall.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. If you've taken a bad fall or your balance isn't what it used to be, it's time to try 60 Up. It's safe, it's effective balance training that can get you back on your feet in as little as 3 weeks, like it did me.
If you have balance, strength, or mobility issues, you need 60 Up.
Within a couple weeks, my balance has improved.
If you're feeling scared, you need 60 Up.
It works.
Go to 60up.com. That's the number 60up.com.
It changed my life, and it can change yours too.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Your first day of retirement. What will you wake up to? Freedom? Time? Adventure? Your ideal retirement doesn't just have to come alive in your dreams. Awaken to your new reality. Awaken your spirit, your vision. It's not a dream. It's your next chapter, your future, and it's in reach. Next generation retirement doesn't happen by accident. Plan for your bright future. Awaken to what's possible.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Dan O'Weiler here from Sterling Financial. Well, welcome. How are you?
Good to be here, Lisa. How you been?
Good, good. And
we're in for a hot week.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. And it looks like the stock market is not very hot.
Well,
it is very cold, and there's so much volatility going on. That
Friday was a bad day. It was
kind
of pinched us a little bit.
It did.
August in general has been good, but Friday was not a good day.
No, it wasn't. And it's starting off kind of crummy this morning, too.
Exactly.
But you know what? Let's talk about some good things that are happening for people who want to save money. So first, let's start off with what is the 10-year Treasury yield? What does that mean, and what is it?
Well, the 10-year Treasury is kind of the benchmark that people use as their bond portfolios and things like that.
Okay.
Obviously, over the last year or so, it's gone up because interest rates have gone up.
Right.
I think I've got a slide there that says it was like just under 1%.
Yes.
You know, in 2020, it's up to 3.4% right now.
Yes.
And that significantly impacts, obviously, people who are buying bonds, but it impacts those that had bonds negatively. Okay. CD rates have gone up as well. You know, they've gone from 0.5% all the way up to 2.5% right now.
Right. Can I ask you a question about that?
Sure.
Because I think what's interesting to me, and I always thought that CD rates should be higher than they are right now. What are the CD rates based on?
Well, CD rates are based upon what the bank can invest their money for. So when you bring in $100,000 to them, they sit down and they probably plug in their profits and everything, and then they have money to invest, and they go out and invest in car loans and home mortgages and things like that. Unfortunately, everybody, insurance companies, banks, you know, they lower rates a lot faster than they increase rates, okay? So, but if you look at that, I mean, I think the 10-year treasuries is a little over 3%. The CD is 2.7.
Yeah.
That kind of matches that for right now. But you know, there's an inversion right now that shorter term rates are higher than long term rates, which generally isn't the case.
Yeah.
The 2-year treasury is probably 3.5%, where the 10-year treasury is 3%.
Okay, I see.
So we have that little bit of a dynamics where you have short-term rates higher than long-term rates.
Yeah. It's really interesting, and I think some people seem a little perplexed by it.
Well, when I buy let's assume that I bought a bond 2 years ago that was yielding 2%. Kind of works like a teeter-totter, okay? Where if interest rates go up, the market value of my bond goes down because people would rather buy new bonds at 4% than I have a bond at 3%.
Yep.
So the market adjusts that and lowers my market value of my bonds, so it kind of yields what the current bonds are doing.
Okay.
So over the last year and a half or so, bonds have been pinched as well as the stock market, so it's been kind of tough to be in a safe place.
Yeah, and you know, I'm sure many of your clients probably come to you and they're asking exactly the same questions that we're asking you, is, you know, what do we do? The stock market isn't doing so well. We want to have a safer plan.
Right.
So I would imagine that you incorporate some of these bonds.
We do. You don't want to have everything in cash. You don't want to have everything in the market. You know, we've talked about this before. There's certainly a lot of different options. You know, you probably want to go out and get some cryptocurrency, right?
Thought about it, but not yet.
Bitcoin, you know, there's a lot of people that think that's the next wave, but, you know, waves crash as well, you know, and so you need to be careful on that. And especially as we get into retirement, you don't want to have that money exposed to a lot of risk. Exactly. But I still have clients that want that big return, and so you know, you're in the market and you're going to see some volatility.
Right.
People that want a little bit safer return probably ought to be looking into more. You know, they always talk about a 60-40 split in the market.
Yes.
You know, 60% in equities, 40% in bonds. The problem with that 60-40 scenario is this year everything's been hammered.
Yeah, it
you
has
know,
been. Yeah,
and so it hasn't been a safe place.
Exactly. Well, let's look at some key takeaways that we have here. So we have a listing here. Why don't we go through each one and just tell me real quick, because we have about 3 minutes. A bond yield is a discount rate that links the bond's cash flows to its current dollar price.
Right. So the yield is if I have a 3% bond for $100,000 and interest rates go up, okay, that bond price or bond market value is going to go down maybe to $95,000. So that 3% yields,
gotcha,
you know, the 4% or whatever that works to be.
Okay. And let's jump to, although a bond's coupon rate is fixed, the price of a bond sold in secondary markets can fluctuate.
Well, that's what I talked about.
Yeah. Okay. So what is a secondary market?
Secondary market is just the stock market.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. So if I buy a bond from GM the stock market, then I can buy and sell that bond on the secondary market, which is the stock market.
Okay, perfect. And then you mentioned all of these things earlier, so we probably don't need to recap them again. However, it's good to know because I think people really do ask a lot of questions. I know I ask a lot of questions because when it comes down to it and you're trying to really figure out everything, it's hard on your own.
It is. I met with some clients last week, and we've talked about this before. We kind of go through our accumulation stage during our working years. That's when we're accumulating our assets and kind of saving in our 401ks or our IRAs. Right. When we get into retirement, we probably ought to be moving more into the protection mode and protecting those assets because losing money at this stage in your life affects you much more than making an extra few percentage points.
Yes.
And so we've been more of a conservative firm over the years where, I tell my clients in the seminar, we're not here to make you rich, we're here to make sure your money is there when you need it. And so we get a fair return over the years, but if they're looking to get 8 to 10%, we're not the people to come to.
Right. Well, there's a lot of things that we should talk about going forward. So next time, maybe I have a couple questions regarding REITs.
Okay.
So real estate stuff.
Sure.
Because a lot of people I know want to invest in real estate given how the market has been in that too. So
sure.
Next time we'll talk about that.
Great.
All right. Thank you so much.
Look forward to it.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
If you want more information about the information we have discussed, bonds and yields, you can always get in touch with Dan at sterlingfa.com or call the number on your screen. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, this is Dan O'Weiler with Sterling Financial Advisors. We've been around for a long time, been on ThisDay with Lisa, and just wanted you to know that we're still in business, even through the pandemic. We still have the opportunity to now meet with people individually in person, and we'd like to invite you to give us a call if it would make some sense. If you're doing some planning for retirement, please give us a call. We'll be happy to meet with you. Thanks so much.
Well, as you can see, I am at the Equestrian Center, and I have Sebi here, who is our miniature horse, and he is dying for some of his little beet treats, and he has been so good. We are going to learn all about Sebi, the Equestrian Center, and also some sponsorship opportunities. I have Laura Kobaruvi here with us, and she is the Senior Equestrian Supervisor. Come on over. How are you?
Good. Hi, Lisa. So great to see you.
Great to see you. And we've scared Sebi away for now. But, just tell me a couple of things about Sebi. So tell me how old he is, what kind of horse he is.
Sure. He's an American miniature horse. We actually got him over this last season, and he is 12 years old. Mm-hmm. We found him in Buena Park. He was owned by a family there who had him for their children, but unfortunately, horses, even when they're miniature horses, require specialized care. So he was getting a little out of hand for them, and they decided to generously donate him to us.
And that's great. And he has his own stall. He's peeking back in again. He has his own stall. And I know we just had the Saddle Club on, and they're going to have him a new door. So he'll have a new fancy door.
Yes, he will. He's going to have a door that has a specialized little cutout so he can stick his head out and really enjoy seeing everything going on in the farm and never be left out.
Excellent. Now he's 12 years old. And tell me, I've seen other small horses, but what are their kind of like their breed?
Yeah, so the American miniature horse is both a pet breed, so not really for riding, but they also are a cart pony. So many times people who may have worked with bigger horses before and for whatever reason cannot, will take on carting with the miniature horses. You can see how tiny they are. They're not very intimidating. They're also very safe for people with mobility issues and other issues. And some people just enjoy their cuteness and like to dress them up and take them for a ride. So they can actually pull the weight of a full-grown human behind them in a cart. And that's what they specialize in.
Okay, well, that is awesome. All right, well, he is just adorable, and we're going to take him for a little walk. All right, well, we are going to take Sebi for a little walk right now, and he is ready to go. So, Sebi, we're going to walk and talk. How about that? There we go. There we go. So now you had mentioned to me about a sponsor. Tell me about the sponsor for Sebi.
Yes, so Bonnie Fox, who is a resident in our community, decided she wanted to help and sponsor Sebastian. So she's actually sponsoring all of his care for an entire year.
Oh, that is wonderful. And how much money would something like that cost?
So it depends on the horse. We actually add up their costs for feeding and board and their shoeing, and then you pay a percentage of that. So we have percentage sponsorships, like you could sponsor 25% or 50% of the care, or the whole year, like Bonnie generously did. Yeah. And for Sebastian, that's a little over $3,000.
Wow. Now, does that get you some special privileges with Sebi?
It does. We're actually going to be putting the sponsors' names up on their stalls. They have a special appointment once a month to come spend time with their horse. And then they get a framed photo with their name of their horse. And then they can come, make appointments to come visit with us.
Right. Yeah, you can't really just show up here at the Equestrian Center. You have to make a reservation, or you can come during their tour times as well. What are those hours again?
So we have tours Wednesday through Sunday. On Wednesday and Thursday, they're at 2 o'clock. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have 2 tours at 12:30 and 2 o'clock.
Perfect. Well, we're going to finish Sebi's walk, and when we come back, we are going to show you his exercises. So stay tuned. I love it. He is doing so well. For a rescue, you guys have done such a lot of great work. So, Sebi, we're going to do some exercising now. I know you're a little shy, but we're going to see your exercising. So Laura's going to come in and she's going to show us all your exercises.
One of the things that Sebi does during his weeks here is learn how to be a regular horse. So one of the things he can do to exercise, since we can't ride him, is to lunge. And this is a lunge line.
Okay.
And this we attach to his halter, and he'll go around us in a circle exercising.
All right.
In all his gaits. And this lunge whip, we never actually touch the horse with this.
Okay.
We just use it to encourage them to go forward by positioning it behind them. So when we work with Sebi, we're teaching him how to be a regular horse in training. And part of what we do with all of our horses is exercise them to keep them healthy and strong and develop the right muscles, keep their cardiovascular health good. So Sebastian came to us with not very much training, and one of the things we do with him is lunging, which is having them go out on a line and exercise in all of their gaits, but without the weight of a person on them. So Sebastian walks, trots, and canters on the lunge line, and we also do little exercises with him on the ground where he learns to be touched all over, learns to pick up his feet, and do other things that he needs to do to be safe and healthy.
Now, he did a pretty good job when we were watching him, although hey, he's sassy just like everybody else.
That's right.
Tell me something about him when he turned age 11.
So Sebastian was a stallion. His registered name, Ready to Rule, really describes our little guy. He's got lots of opinions and he's very sassy, but he's also very safe. So we like that about him. We like his spirit. We like to work with it to bring out the best in him. So yes, so when you see us work him, part of training horses is developing skills over time. So since Sebastian is new, he's still working on his skills and has some opinions, but that is totally okay. We're ready to work with him on all of it.
I love it. He is such a doll. He is so much fun. So is there anything else that we should know about him? Maybe his food schedule or?
Oh, so all of our horses, like Sebi, eat 3 times a day. It's really healthy for them because their natural eating as wild horses or even domesticated horses, the best thing for their system and their gut is to eat all the time. So our horses eat 3 times a day. Some of them have slow feeders to even extend the amount of time that they're able to eat, and that actually helps build up the saliva and keep their system going and keep them healthy. So this one eats Timothy hay 3 times a day.
And also, you eat adorable little beet treats that, because you did such a good job, Sebi, we're going to go back and we're going to get you some more of those treats. Oh, yeah. Would that be all right?
And I can pick up his little foot for you.
Oh, yeah, show me how you do the feet, yeah.
We're working on him being touched all over. And one of the things we do so he can have his feet worked on is we ask him to pick up his little feet, and it looks very much like shaking his hands.
Aww, good,
yes, he's getting really good at it. Yes, he just had his little hooves worked on yesterday. And they fit right in your hand, which is darling. He's just really a little miracle, a full-grown horse in this little package, so we're happy to have him.
Well, he's adorable. Well, let's go get one of your cute little beet treats.
Okay.
All right, and get out of this nice warm sun. You poor thing. So Sebi is used as part of a training program or a therapy program that you hope to incorporate going forward. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so when we decided to find a mini horse for our program here, my thought went back to my history in therapeutic riding. Before I came here, I was in Washington State. I was a director at a well-known therapeutic riding program, and I've seen firsthand the powerful benefits of horses and how they can have effect on people with all kinds of disabilities, mobility issues, psychological traumas. So I really wanted to find a way for the Equestrian Center to reach out and have an ambassador that could go out and do good work. And one of the things we thought about with the miniature horses is that we would be able to go out, like some other groups do, to the courtyards and visit people who might be homebound. Mm-hmm. Like they could come out to the stoops and pet and see the miniature horses. We are planning to look for a friend for him that's a trained therapy miniature horse, and we hope to be able to take them out at least once a month, so that people who can't come out to the Equestrian Center, and there's a large population here who cannot, will still get to experience the joys and benefits of having horses near them, and there's a lot of studies that have been done about the benefits and the therapeutic benefits of spending time with horses.
Now, you have an example, actually, of a lady that we do feature in an article in the Village Breeze. Yeah. Tell me briefly about what happened with her.
Yes, so we had a wonderful resident, her name is Kathy, whose son came to us during the COVID closure and asked if he could bring her in. She was wheelchair bound and had a stroke, among other health issues. Mm-hmm. She was almost nonverbal at the time, and she was a lifelong horsewoman, and he thought it might be helpful to her to be around the horses. So he brought her almost every day, and by the time she sadly passed on Easter, actually, of this year, she was able to recall the names of most of the horses on the property. She was able to speak to us in full sentences, and the benefits to her quality of life from their perspective was huge. So I'm just thankful we were able to do that and have her become part of our barn family while she was here. There's huge impacts that horses can have for people, and I would love to do some of that work here, as well as giving people the chance to learn about and experience horses.
Well, you have a lot of organizations that donate money and time. I mean, we just saw Sharon here, who does some chiropractic work on the horses. And then you mentioned some other people, which is great, and Help the Herd and the Saddle Club. Yeah. So you have a lot of support, which is wonderful.
Absolutely. We're so thankful for the generosity and the talent here in the village. We've had so much support from these groups and people. We're currently, like you mentioned, now providing extra therapeutic services for the horses through donation. We might not have regular budget, but we're able to provide chiropractic and massage for the horses. We also have someone doing sound therapy. Because it's extremely important in my mind to take care of and provide a high quality of care for the horses that provide for us. So we're just so thankful. Right now we're in the process of fundraising through Village Community Fund for shade structures for the horses to make them comfortable, and also medical for the GRF horses. So I just couldn't be more grateful for the people in the village who are so grateful to have these horses here and part of our lives every day.
Well, you've done such an amazing job. They're so lucky to have you too, because it wouldn't have happened had you not been here. So congratulations on putting together some great stuff. We appreciate you spending time with us. And Sebi, you've been a good boy. Here's one more treat for you.
He's our star.
Oh, I don't want you to run away though. Come back over here. You did good. I got some quality time with you. Yes, I did. Thank you for being such a good boy. You want to say anything else? Yeah, okay, no. All right, well, that's all for us at the Equestrian Center, and we'll see you next time.
4M Dental Implant Center wants to give you something to smile about. Get our next generation one-day implants with the best deal we've ever offered. Take $2,500 off, plus an exam, CT scan, and x-rays for free. That's a $4,000 value. Our next generation implants are stronger and more natural looking than anything else available. See the difference with a free virtual consultation. Call 800-4M Dental now to leave your embarrassing teeth in the past with our special offer.
Your smile again with 4M.
Welcome back. Our Monday movie is called Kipoje, The Last Milestone. It is about a runner, and you'll be able to catch that at 2 and 6 p.m., both with closed captioning, brought to you by Providence Mission Hospital. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Of course, it's looking lovely after we burn off our fog, and the rest of the week's going to start getting very warm. 80, 66, 85, 71, 88, 75, 91, 67, and then 88, 66. We'll keep you apprised of the weather as the week goes on. We will be back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here on Village Television. Have a great Monday. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the Centro of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
As we advance through the years, challenges in our daily activities arise. Lake Forest Services hire caregivers that go through stringent screening and compliance processes for assistance in all daily activities. Qualified veterans may also receive care as a VA benefit. We also provide full-service palliative and hospice care through Lake Forest Hospice. Our medical director and his team accommodates house calls to those in need. We exist to create seamless transitions that enhance quality of life.